This is Leo Kearse Down Under for Comedy Unleashed. I'm just going to talk about coronavirus winners, because there's some people who are having a good pandemic. It's a great time for mainstream media. Everybody's watching the BBC again after years of everybody sort of disappearing away to watch YouTube and Netflix, because for some reason when people have got actual choice they choose not to watch a nepotistic cabal of Oxbridge lefties preaching at them. And the BBC's been reporting on this crisis, totally laying into the government, slamming them.
I'm absolutely disgusted that the government did not stock up on hindsight as soon as it became apparent that hindsight would be the only way to respond properly to this crisis.
But if the BBC had been in charge, they'd have spent the first 2 decades of the crisis sexually abusing children, and then they would have hired Nish Kumar. And to be honest, I don't know which one is worse. I'm only having a go at Nish Kumar because he had a go at me when he was drunk on stage, and because he's shit. It's a great time to be a woke person as well. You might think that woke liberals would hate this crisis because it means they can't go out and get a soy, matcha, turmeric, chai, latte, single origin coffee or whatever the fuck they drink, and they can't go to the hairdressers, get an asymmetric blue fringed bob, which sounds like a children's cartoon character, but it's actually a haircut that lets people know that you're offended by a lot of stuff. And they can't go outside and spit at a cop because that is actually a crime now. You will get arrested. You've got to stay in. You might actually have to read the books on social justice and colonialism that you bought to display on your coffee table. And of course the worst thing about the coronavirus crisis for woke liberals is that everybody's got an actual real thing to worry about instead of listening to them complaining about cultural appropriation or microaggressions or mansplaining or somebody accidentally using the wrong gender pronoun because the person they're talking to has put no effort into looking like the gender that they identify as. But this virus is disproportionately affecting obese people, even if they're brave and beautiful and identify as healthy at any size. Like, I saw this fat lass on Facebook, like proper big, you know what I mean? And she posted a picture of herself. She said, "I'm big, but I'm beautiful." And everybody was posting underneath saying, "Yeah, you go girl, you're so beautiful, you're so empowered, you're brave, you're stunning, you're beautiful." It's like, you know that you're not actually beautiful. If you post on Facebook saying that you're beautiful and people actually agree with you, if you're actually beautiful and you posted saying that you're beautiful, people would just be like,
Who the fuck is this cunt? Size the head on her.
So yeah, this virus is disproportionately affecting obese people and also ethnic minority communities. There's still plenty of things for woke people to start online petitions about. Also, it's killing more men than women, which is probably making woke people very happy. And don't worry, woke people, one day the coronavirus crisis is going to be over and everybody's going to go back to pretending that things that weren't intended to be racist are in fact racist. Fascists are having a great time as well. There's like a police state, a government-controlled economy, there's queues for food, there's medical supplies shortages, any dictator be wanking themselves to death. Like, people are grassing each other up for like going for picnics, having parties, not clapping on a Thursday. Oh my god, if the Stasi came back now, you know in East Germany, 1 in 7 people was employed directly by the Stasi to grass up on each other. Honestly, if the Stasi came back now, they'd have a much better time because they wouldn't have to spend any money. Their wage bill would be zero. We're all doing it for free. The government has rushed through laws that trample all over our hard-won human rights that we've enjoyed for centuries. We're no longer allowed free association. People can be detained for testing. Businesses are being shut down. People are being arrested for sunbathing. Like, they're bringing out this COVID tracking app thing that, like, you know, tracks all your stuff, and people say,
"Oh, don't worry, it's just the same data that Facebook and Google collect."
It's like, yeah, but Facebook and Google don't have the powers to like kick down my door and arrest me and rendition me to a remote airfield in Afghanistan where some torturer applies electrodes to my testicles. Facebook can just stop me seeing what somebody I went to school with had for lunch. And the weird thing is, all the people that seem to be most vociferous in their support for the new police state are the people who, in January, were total lefty do-gooders crying about Jeremy Corbyn. Back then, all these lefties were saying,
Brexit is so bad, it's going to impact economic growth, it's going to close borders, and we're going to lose our human rights.
Now those same lefties are saying,
"Oh my god, we must close all borders, end free association, and introduce a police state right now."
Fuck me, it doesn't take much to turn a lefty into a Nazi. And Brexit impacting economic growth. Oh my god, really? I think this year it's going to bring economic growth down from like minus 57.2% to minus 57.5%. It's a great time for people like me who aren't fans of unnecessary physical contact. I don't even like shaking hands. Like, why do people shake hands? Why would I want to press the part of my body that I use for making sandwiches against the part of your body that you use for masturbating and wiping your arse? I like the Japanese system of bowing. We should introduce bowing. And there's women and also European men who go in for the kiss when they meet you. It's like, it's brutal, because you never know how many kisses they're going to do. Is it going to be one kiss? That would make sense. No, they're going for 2 kisses. Oh no, they're middle class and they think they're a bit French. They're going for 3 kisses. Is it going to stop there? No, they're doing 4 kisses. I feel like I'm at the wedding of a Russian mafia boss. And post-Me Too, hugging is an absolute fucking minefield. All these women complaining and tweeting that men are using hugs as a way of getting a bit, grabby. It's like, fine, no hugs then. But some women still come in for the hug. Then what do I do? What do I do? I've got to try and hug them without doing anything that could be misconstrued as unwanted sexual contact. Can't accidentally graze the side boob or touch the lower back or anything. I've got to go in and try and hug like some sort of Japanese robot that's been trained to hug by an autistic teenage virgin. And then you just look mental. It's a fucking nightmare. It's also a great time to be an armchair politician on Facebook. These guys popping up, they're all like, I've looked at some videos on YouTube, right, and what these graphs clearly show is what the government needs to do is end the lockdown and start a new lockdown and keep an R number lower than 1, adopt the South Korean model and adopt the North Korean model and adopt the Middle of Korean model. Oh, fuck me, stop the Cobra meeting. I mean, you got all these experts, but Steve from Swindon's got something to throw into the mix. You know what I mean? Fuck me, Steve. I met you about 9 years ago when we were temping for an insurance company and you got your tie caught in the shredder. I didn't realise that was a cover for you being one of the country's leading virologists, epidemiologists and fucking public sector logistics experts, you fanny. And you're criticising the government for not having the hindsight, not knowing in advance that this was going to be such a big crisis. Did you know about it back in December or January? No, in December you're tweeting asking if the North Pole was real, and in January you let us know on Facebook that your sister was having a baby and you couldn't wait to find out if you're going to be an auntie or an uncle. You fucking knob.
Extinction Rebellion must be loving the coronavirus crisis. Carbon emissions are way down, animals are coming out and reclaiming habitat because everybody's stuck inside. Other environmentalists such as Greenpeace are benefiting from cheaper fossil fuels. When you see Greenpeace on the news driving an inflatable plastic boat out to protest to try and stop an oil rig getting built in the Arctic so it can't pump oil out the ground. That boat that Greenpeace are driving, those inflatable boats are made out of plastic. Plastic's made from oil. All the Greenpeace people are wearing Gore-Tex, which is a synthetic fibre made from oil. The engines on the boats are burning oil. That's made from oil. Protesting against an oil rig by driving a plastic boat out that's burning oil is like protesting against an abortion clinic by drop-kicking babies through the window. The only problem that Extinction Rebellion have got left is that nurses are using a lot of protective equipment, which is single-use plastic, which is very bad for environmentalists. So I fully expect to see Extinction Rebellion protesting against this by gluing their hands to ambulances like that. And that's a double protest, because not only can the ambulance not drive off and take nurses with their single-use plastic to save people's lives, but also it means that the person gluing their hands like that can't clap on a Thursday night. I'm sure Extinction Rebellion are doing their bit by developing a reusable crocheted hemp face mask. And the only other problem that Extinction Rebellion have got is that international air travel is pretty much banned at the moment. So Emma Thompson can't catch another first-class flight from Los Angeles to London to read a really important poem at a climate change demonstration about how we need to save the planet by, I don't know, taking fewer flights.